I came across the concept of a cat cafe through a film class I was in. Never heard of that before, so it definitely piqued my interest because I love cats and animals, and I just did a lot of research on the concept, how they came from Taiwan. They kind of spread across Europe, and then they eventually came to the States in the last like 10 years. So I was like, okay, but there's none in the South, so I want to like change that. So dropped out of school and then try to pursue opening a cat cafe.
As a manager, I would say I need to like keep track of a lot of the things we have here. And then, facilitating adoptions, of course, which is something we both do. And then, yeah, just making sure that everything's in order for every day.
Java Cats opened March 2017. I think Java Cats is an essential part of the community here. Because this is a place people come to work on their mental health, just being around animals, being around really hospitable baristas. I want people leaving here feeling better than when they walked in. And I think that's kind of translated through just us being here the last 4 years. We have our regulars that come in, and it's just a fulfilling experience, nothing like you can find in the city of Atlanta. So I think it's just a cool place to come for community and cats and coffee and just to feel good. So when COVID first came around, honestly, I didn't think it was gonna be what it was. We closed out of precaution for a couple of months, but it was a really daunting time, honestly. I felt like the entire year last year, once we were able to reopen, was just like every day I came into work, it was like, this is maybe the last week I'm gonna be here. Maybe it's the last month we're gonna be here. Like, I just didn't know with the capacity restrictions, we were making less than half the revenue. And when we were able to reopen, it felt a little irresponsible to do that so quick. And the fact that Georgia never really closed down like a lot of states like we should have was disappointing, because it meant we had to open. There was no choice. It's either we open or we close. And
with the pandemic, a lot of places were closed down and you couldn't get your cat or dog spayed or neutered there. Unfortunately, during those times, a lot of animals were having babies, and then the babies ended up in shelters, or unfortunately a lot of them were euthanized or died. And we were here and we were picking up the slack from that. A lot of people in animal rescue, as in we, and yeah, it was kind of crazy. Another part that relates to the pandemic and animal welfare is that a lot of people unfortunately lost their jobs and lost a steady way to earn income and money. That they did have to give up their pets in order to take care of other bills. So we've had animals come here that were previously owned by someone who unfortunately lost their job due to COVID and could no longer take care of them. So I think that's very important as well, because we have to realize COVID affects people too.
I consider our business essential because the shelter was closed the entire last year. They weren't allowing volunteers, they weren't allowing adopters to come in. So I felt like we were essential because we stayed open, and we had the highest rate of adoptions last year, even with half capacity. So we even had to close. Other than being closed for COVID, at times we closed because we ran out of cats. So it was like a cool thing to see that we were needed and we were essential to stay open, to get cats adopted. And it gave my job more purpose and more like, it just made it more meaningful of like, this is why I do this. This is like why I'm here. And I feel like it was more important for us to be open than to be closed.
Even though there is a worldwide pandemic, and that is super important to think about, we also need to focus on our community and helping each other throughout it, as well as animals too. There's still animals that need our help every day, and we still gotta be here for them, you know?
I definitely think there's a correlation between animals and mental health. I've lived my whole life proving that, I guess. I think I've always found comfort in animals and investing in the care for animals. I just think there's an innocence about animals that it's just so pure and good. And I think people being around something so pure and good, it's just easier to feel happier and just better about life circumstances.
And we have customers come in who literally say, I'm here for therapy. And they come in and they'll sit with the cats and the cats will just calm them down. And I think it's really, really helpful. Owning a pet can actually, there's studies showing that it can reduce the risk of heart failure and heart attacks and stuff like that, which is also really great because they're very helpful with stress situations.
Our community is absolutely incredible. Our customers, our regulars, our supporters, there's never a need that's gone unmet. So while people come in here to get community and cat time, anytime that we've needed litter or food or funding for a cat that's in need, there's never been a need that's gone unmet. So our support is just incredible. Like our followers on social media, it keeps me going and we keep them going. So it's a very mutually beneficial relationship for sure.
It's great to see that anyone of any age can enjoy time here. We've had little kids celebrate their birthday here, and also even we had a man who was like probably in his 60s celebrate his birthday here with his family. So it's really great to see that break the stereotypes that cats are like for women, and that many people can come here and see cats with men or older people or all that good stuff.
I've built this here, but what like the community and like what people have done to make this what it is, it's just evolved into more like something I never even could possibly in my wildest dreams imagine it. This is a safe place for all people of all kinds, no matter what you look like, sound like, whatever. This is a place for everybody to feel like included and to feel like they're in a safe place with the cats, with the animals, with the people that are here.
Please come in and just support us. We will keep rescuing cats, but also even if you wanted to just talk and you had a cat related question, or even if you just wanted to come in and have some coffee and sit down and do some work, please support us. We would love to have you by. Every person in here should feel welcome, so we will make sure that you feel welcome here.